All right. Well, hello. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, this is episode 1.
I don't
What's
know
the
where to
podcast called?
look.
How many cameras we got?
We have 3.
3 cameras. We don't know where to look. Well, you got a second?
I do.
Good. Well, this is our new podcast. We call it right now, Got a Second. For some reason, that's what people say, right? Do you got a second?
Yeah. Got a second?
At least that's what they say at like work, right?
Yeah.
Office. Hey, you got a second? And then they end up taking like 2 hours of your time.
Yeah. They typically say sec.
Yeah, got a sec, but
we made it longer.
yeah, we made it got a second. So, well, this is the first episode.
Yes.
So,
Right, well, I guess, is it our first episode? Because we did do a podcast makeshift on your 30-day challenge.
yes. So we'll get into that. We'll talk about what's been going on in our lives in the internet world here shortly in the stream and get ourselves introduced. But, yeah. Episode 1, introductions.
Yeah,
Who are we?
introductions.
What is this? Why are we doing this? What do we want to do with this? Sort of that stuff, I thought. We'll probably keep it to about an hour-ish.
I guess it all depends on, like, what we end up talking about, right?
Right. It could change depending on the topic, too. It could be longer. It could be shorter. Who knows? But we'll try to make it entertaining
Yeah.
for people to listen to, whether you're watching this live on YouTube, or
Just had to make sure that mic was on.
yeah, on Spotify. We've had some issues where we recorded episodes, and she's had some issues where she records episodes, and basically they don't record.
Because I forgot to turn the mic on.
Right. So we should be all good to go here. If it's not good to go, then you're not seeing this. But if it is good to go, then you are seeing this.
Yeah.
So you should know pretty easily. Yeah, episode 1, guys. So why don't we just introduce ourselves real quick with our names, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, okay, so I'm Wendy, but I guess some of my user handles, right? I think
Yeah.
that's what they're called, on like Twitch and my YouTube have the title Sabuba as the username. And I'm just trying to think what I do.
Well, what do you do on the internet?
Well, I was Twitch streaming, but I kind of stopped like over a week ago just because I've been like just really busy with like non-internet stuff.
Yep.
But I've been wanting to pick it back up. I just haven't had the time yet, but I should make time because I see this guy over there does a 30-day challenge and we have the same hours and same lifestyle pretty much. So
good. Excuse me. Yeah, well, that's what she does. It's great. My name's Mitchell. I'm better known on the internet as Mitchellele. As something just fell next to me.
What was that? What was that?
I have no idea.
Should we pause for a second?
Yeah, let me look what that was. I have no idea what that was.
Was it because of that you
See if anything like fell.
on the wall?
Nothing looks like anything fell. I don't know what the hell that was. Weird.
Let me look. I have better eyes.
Oh, hurry up. Oh, it was my cell phone. All right, well, that was my cell phone that fell. I had my cell phone on the edge of the couch here, and it just fell over. So, pardon the interruption. Where was I? Mitchellele, that's my name. I've been doing the 30-day stream challenge, as she alluded to, where basically I've just been doing like live streams on Twitch and YouTube for the past 30 days now, which just ended yesterday. So that's officially over. The little 30-day challenge thing is officially over, and I'm really proud of it. And
How do you feel?
it went really well. I feel good. I feel really relieved that it's over. There was definitely some days within the last 30 days where I didn't want to do it, you know?
It just gets tiring, right? Or
yeah, no, it was the tiring part. It wasn't like I didn't want to live stream. It was just like I really don't want to sit on my computer for like 2 hours. It's
After
not even
just
2
sitting.
hours live streaming
It's
because
more than just 2 hours because you have to make your
right,
shorts
right,
and
right.
all that other
It was a
stuff.
lot more than just live streaming. Like clicking the button and hitting go live was like one part of it. Like what a lot of people didn't see though is like a lot of the stuff that went on before I would go live. So every day I would make like at least one short YouTube short content form, sort of recapping the previous day, and then posting that out before we went live, posting on like trying to post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. It took up a lot of time. So it was a process instead of, just sitting down on the computer, hitting go live and then, talking, which I could probably do more now that the challenge is over. It could be a lot more easier, but overall it was good. We got a lot of support from it. I think I gained like 300 subscribers over more.
Wow.
So that's like 10
lot.
plus a day, which was really good. But yeah, we're changing the pace now and putting this out. So she sort of brought up the idea of making podcasts, and she has her own now. But I figured, hey, why don't we see if we can do a double one, sort of bounce ideas off of each other, because hers is just by herself, right?
Yeah, it's just by myself right now. I've only have one episode, and I actually think Mitch. What do you want to go as? Mitch? Mitch
Yeah.
Lele?
Yeah. Or he.
Or he? Okay. Sorry.
What? And I'm probably going to do like absolute like minimal editing to this. Like I don't want to like cut much. I sort of just want it to just continuous like flow. Like
Talk.
I don't want it to be like, okay, pause. And then like cut.
Okay.
And then like cut out
so I
like
gotta
the
be serious.
deadness. Like I'm not going to try and like cut out like silence. I'm just going to keep it like
Okay.
rolling for the most part. So
Okay. What was the question? Or what
I
was
don't
I
know.
saying?
Your solo podcast?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say how you brought up that like I had forgotten to turn on the mic, and
Yeah.
I like had to film my first episode. I ended up filming it 4 times because the first time the camera wasn't set up correctly, the second time the mic, and by the third time I just kind of was sick of the topic that I was talking about. So for the fourth time that I tried to do it, I just changed the subject completely.
Yeah.
So
that went well for her. And I think you probably have more stuff coming up on that, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's I guess like what's one thing that you don't like about the podcasting thing that you found out so far that you didn't think would
I
happen?
will
Maybe just the
say
technical stuff of it?
That, and also I guess sometimes I thought it'd be easier to just, because I'm always thinking, right? So like I thought that it would translate into me talking all the time, but I found it that sometimes I think before I'm talking, and I'm just sitting sometimes in like a bit of silence because I'm like, how do I want to word what I want to say better than how I'm thinking about it? And then also it's a lot easier when someone like you are asking me questions.
Right. And I kept telling her, I said, when we're doing this, like this is like a dual person podcast. Like this isn't mine. This is like ours. So we'll bounce ideas and questions off each other.
Yeah.
Instead of just me sitting here interviewing you.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. I think we already have like a couple topics written down too, which
That
I'm
we wanna
excited to
talk
go
about,
over.
yeah.
Yeah. On different episodes. So we'll have fun recording those too. But we really just wanted to get this kickoff one out there to get it rolling because it's been sitting on an empty profile for a couple days now.
We tried to do it yesterday, but we had some errands to run, and we try to use the natural lighting as much as we can, because when we tried the makeshift one last time, the lighting kind of looked a little wonky.
Yeah. So, like she said, we don't have really good lighting in here, like lighting, but we have a good natural light source, so hopefully this looks good. We'll try to get the lighting situation figured out here so we can pretty much record whenever and not depend on the light. But it's all a work in progress, right? Everyone's got to start from somewhere, right? Maybe you'll see this in like a year from now. We'll be like in a legit studio. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
You gotta believe, right? You gotta manifest it, right?
Yeah, I'm not laughing at that. I'm just like, I hope I don't think the mics will pick it up, but the laptop that we're using to power the microphones and
Record the
the
mics.
cameras and everything, it is
It's
really, it's like its own heater right now. It's like a fan. It's like about to fly out.
Yeah, I can feel the heat radiating off of it.
You were talking and I was like, whoa, that's really loud.
Yeah, you can just hear the fans like shh, right?
Yeah.
It's like those memes where they have like the MacBook computer opening up Google Chrome and it's like a rocket ship taking off to Mars or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But this time it's not Google Chrome. It's
not Google Chrome, yeah. Something about this Mac, it triggers me. Like anytime I have to use it, it's like I'm about to throw it off the balcony.
Yeah. I think maybe we have to work on some settings because, I mean, there's people out there that have used like a MacBook Air.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they don't look like they struggle. Or maybe they do struggle and they just don't say.
Right. So.
But we've been struggling with that computer.
Yeah, it's not been our best friend lately, especially trying to do like live streams off of it. It's not good.
Yeah.
So.
We tried to use it last time, and he ended up actually moving the PC that we have in our other room out in the living room.
Yep. And I moved the whole computer out here because I was just fed up with the laptop. So
yeah.
Hopefully we don't have to do that anymore, but we kind of got a makeshift setup here. It'd be kind of funny to insert like a picture of how it looks. I always like manifesting this, like, you see how we are now? And then like
on a chair.
Hopefully like literally we have a GoPro I have a GoPro pinned to the chair. If I'm looking at it right now, and I'll insert a picture. I'll do like that sort of editing.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture right now, and you'll see the little makeshift setup that we got rolling here. So give it about a year, we'll be in like a studio with lights and mics and a desk and all that good stuff. So
it's funny because you'll be able, if you put that picture, you'll see that one of the cameras is on a fan.
Yeah. We have a tripod here too, where one of the like layers of the tripod, it doesn't stay, so it only goes up so high. So we literally put a box fan underneath the camera to raise it up like another 4 or 5 inches, just to be like at eye level.
Yeah.
So, really working with what we got here. But yeah, I was watching. It was funny. We're talking about like manifesting all that stuff. I was watching. I'm sure you watched it too. The Cody Co podcast where he has Kelsey on, and she's like, "No, I'm your wife." And first time you were on, I was your girlfriend. I was like, "Some cut back X amount of whatever time, and maybe that could happen."
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, he started, it was his podcast. I think it's still just his podcast that he started.
Right, yeah.
Like, during his, like, Vine era or something.
No, it was like
that.
5 years ago.
5 years ago?
Well, I don't know when it started, but I think the original clip was 5 years ago.
And they had just started dating, and I remember, like, Cody Co used to call her like Taco Tuesday girl, and then he brought her on the podcast, which that was like one of the clips I think that they edited. Yep. And now they're married. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. It's cute. So
it was cute.
That reminded me of this. Yeah.
Made me cry. They used to sit on the kitchen table though.
Yes.
We could do that. Maybe.
We could do
maybe
that too.
it would be better because of the lighting instead of it just facing.
Right. We got to bring one of our friends over here who hopefully he can help us set up the lights, because maybe we're just doing something dumb.
Wrong. Yeah.
Because we tried to set up lights and there was like nasty, just like shadows, and it was just like glaring on our faces, and I have like a greasy ass face, so it's like it was like a mirror just reflecting like the light off my cheek back at the camera, so it wasn't a good look. So
yeah.
We'll see what we can do there, but for now, this is what we got. So anyways, yeah, first episode. I guess we can just talk a little bit about whatever. I guess like we talked about what we do with the internet and all that stuff and all that fun stuff, and let's just talk about a random subject. What did you do? What did we do yesterday? We're talking about manifesting. Where did we go yesterday? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yes. Actually, we were driving. Well, we've seen this a couple times already. Just driving by to wherever we're trying to go to, and I've noticed that there's this new store that like opened up a couple must say like a month ago.
Yeah,
It looks
pretty recent.
new.
It's pretty recent.
And it's a place where they read your cards.
Yes, card reading.
Yeah.
Tarot cards.
Yeah,
And
I
they do
think
other
that's
stuff
what
too, I think we saw, right?
Yeah, I think they also like read your hand. I'm not sure what that's called, but we decided to stop in yesterday because they had a little board
Yep,
saying
they had
special.
Yep.
And we're like, it'd be interesting to see like what they have to say about me.
Yeah. So we walk into this place, and it's just like off the side of the road, right, in like the downtown area. And
we couldn't find it at first.
We couldn't find it at first. We were like, where is this place? We saw the sign on the street. We drove past it. We saw the sign on the street, and then we circled back around. And we're like, did they take the sign in? Is it closed? Like, what is it? So anyways, we parked the car, and we eventually found it. And we just walked through this like single door, and it basically opens up, describing it as like just like a room, like a living room basically, right?
Yeah, pretty much like a room.
And there was no one there when we first walked in, right? It was just empty, and you could sort of hear some stuff going on like behind the curtains. But yeah, we walked in, and there was no one there, but they had like the setups and the desk and the chairs, and they had like stuff on the walls and crystals and
rocks.
And they had like the incense smoke thing, you know what I mean?
They're called incense.
Going, so you definitely sort of got that vibe when you walked in, that it was sort of spiritually, right?
I think that's the right word. I'm not sure. We're not really sure.
So anyway, she walks in, and she greets us, and she's like, hey, you know, and we're like, hey, we saw the sign out on the street, and we wanted to do like one of the readings. So she wanted to do one of the readings. So which one did you get?
I chose career. Yeah.
And there was other options, like there was
family, relationship, marriage, money,
health,
yeah.
And then career,
and then other
stuff like that.
I can't really remember.
So she chose career, probably just because you wanted to hear what she would say about your career.
I just wanted to see, because I don't really know what
do you want to do?
Which I think that's normal. Sometimes
just
I
needed
feel like
some
it's
clarity.
not normal.
You needed clarity.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of believe in a little bit of everything, right? So I was like, why not give this a shot and see what they have to say?
Right. So I was telling her too, it's like always, sometimes it's nice to hear what someone else from the outside says about you.
That isn't you, someone close to you. Right.
And then you sort of hear like someone else's perspective, and it could just make you think of it differently. So anyways, I mean, what'd you think of it? What'd she have to say?
Well, I mean, a lot of it made sense, and a lot of it was very true.
Right, relatable.
I don't want to say what she said.
Right, you don't need to say exactly what she said, because it's obviously
it was interesting because
personal.
Like, well, she was reading the cards. Like, I just see pictures, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess there was words on them, but I wasn't really paying attention to the words. I was paying attention to what she was saying and kind of like telling. I don't want to say a story, but
no, she wasn't telling a story. She was reading. I don't know. She was reading your cards, right?
Yeah, reading the cards, but like they all made sense while she was talking.
Right. She was like laying them out on the table, and as she was laying them out, she would, get to one and be like, "Oh, this one." I see this, and this is this and this, and
you're this type of person when it comes to this.
And right. So I mean,
it was interesting because like a lot of things were very like just felt really true.
Yeah. There was definitely a couple of them where it was like spot on.
Yeah, like, very spot on. Like
that is like
what
exactly what she's going through right now.
Yeah.
So it was interesting, but it was cool.
It was cool. It's interesting to see like other people's like beliefs and like trying to also know a bit more about them.
Yeah.
I died.
Oh, okay. Hold on one second. One of the cameras died.
Okay.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm not going to try and edit as much as possible. So we just did a little troubleshoot on one of our cameras. I guess it overheated. There was like a little yellow icon on it that looked like a thermometer.
Yeah, I think I heard that a lot of like the Sony cameras overheat. At least that model and the other two models that we were looking at.
Yeah.
They have like an over.
That's weird.
Maybe
I mean,
I
I've
don't know,
used
maybe
that.
It's warm.
Yeah, I've used that camera as a camera on our stream.
I know.
For
That's
like
why
2 hours.
That's kind of strange. Maybe because we have it connected to this and this. I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll see if it happens again. If it happens again, we might just... Oh, it just happened again.
Okay.
Well,
why don't you disconnect it? Or why do you have it connected?
To power it.
Is that how you have it too?
Well, it has a battery, but I guess I'll try it without the power cord.
Is it hot? That's what I'm saying. Like maybe like the connection something. I don't know. Trying again.
All right, I'll try it again. Third time's the charm, right? Anyway, so yeah, we were talking about the card reading, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. So we'll see. Maybe we'll have to go back and maybe I'll have to do it.
Yeah, I really want to get like my hand read too, just because I always hear that's really interesting to see, just because everyone's lines are a little bit different.
Right.
So,
Yeah, we'll see.
interesting.
Well, it isn't if it ain't a technical issue with one of our things, right? It ain't our thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like every time we try to do something here, something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. We can't have a smooth show, but maybe we'll work out these kinks here soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, I got a feeling one of our cats is going to try climbing up on
Move
the chair where the
chair,
GoPro is, and it's just going to like F up the framing. But we'll see. Anyways, yeah. Do you have any topics that you wanted to talk about? I might have one more though.
You go first. And
Okay.
I'll think of something.
Well, I was just going to talk about the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, we just started watching that literally yesterday.
Yeah. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically think of like the World Cup, but for baseball, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that was the thing, but I
Right.
guess it's very new still.
Yes, it just started in 2006.
Yeah, I think so.
Was the first one, so it's very new, relatively new speaking. But that's going on right now, and we were watching a game last night, the Mexico versus Japan game.
Yeah.
And I was rooting for Mexico.
I was rooting for Mexico too.
Yeah, but it didn't go as we wanted it to, which is fine.
Yeah, they played really well though, and I heard that they've been playing really good throughout this whole...
Yeah.
Is it called season? I don't know if that's the
tournament.
Right tournament.
Yeah.
And
so.
Yeah, I kind of saw like a TikTok a couple days ago of them, like the baseball team doing really good. Then I got just curious about it, and then I found out it's a world. What do you call it?
World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, and I had asked him because he's really into baseball, and I was like, "What is this? I've never heard of this before." And yeah.
Yeah. So that's been going on right now, and I think the championship is actually tonight. So we'll watch that. It's the USA versus Japan.
Oh yeah, it's funny because yesterday, like before Mexico lost, I was telling him, it would be so cool if we flew down to
Miami.
Yeah, and saw the game, because it's like, you never know, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's always always been in the U.S. There goes the camera again. It just died out on us again, so we'll have to look into that. But why don't we just finish and wrap this up without the camera? We'll just use the GoPro for
the rest of it. I have another,
I
guess, topic I want to talk about, which I just remembered. Lollapalooza came out with their lineup earlier today. What do you think about it?
So I looked at it, and I looked at all the headliners and all the non-headliners, right? The subliners, whatever you want to call them. And I thought it was fine. I thought it was nothing I wouldn't expect from Lollapalooza, right? So they have like the headliners, which are, A-list, headliners, right? Who's all on it?
You have the 1975, Kendrick Lamar, Lana Del Rey, and
Billie Eilish.
A
couple other ones. I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes. And then
right.
I can't think of. It was at the bottom of the list on the left side. I can't remember.
Right.
And then like smaller acts I saw. Which is kind of strange that I saw like Diplo's name, like
on the smaller. Yeah.
Because I think he's.
Well, I don't think he's like a headliner, so to speak. Um, that's we're getting distracted by one of our cats. If you didn't know, we have two cats, by the way. One of them is sniffing some leftover food that was left on a desk,
Yeah.
and we're just making sure he doesn't decide to try one. It's blueberries, which are fine for cats. But he's a big garbage cat. Maybe I'll go bring him over here real quick.
Yeah, maybe because it looks like he wants to. He typically doesn't jump high, so I'm kind of surprised that he's up there. But I personally, I like the lineup. I think the lineup is a lot better than what we've seen the last couple of years, in my opinion. Not that there was anything wrong with the other years, but
Yeah.
I feel like, because I typically like looking at other, like, I just like looking at all festivals to see, like, what's going on. Like, they have the Lollapalooza, the Austin one. I think that one's called City Limit, right?
Yes, Austin City Limits.
Coachella and the ones in Vegas and
Yep. Summerfest.
Summerfest and what else is there? Rolling Loud.
Las Vegas. It's like
There's so many like festivals out there, and I feel like the ones that kind of don't have a certain genre that they aim for, like Rolling Loud is more like
hip hop and rap.
and R&B.
Yeah.
But the other ones kind of have a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I've noticed that the last couple of years, like after COVID, I think it's always like the same people headlining
Oh yeah,
the same festivals.
I've noticed
and
that.
I like it where I like seeing other artists because
Right.
I would like to go to different ones.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I was looking at it too, and like the headliners, I don't think I've never seen like any of the headliners.
I've seen the
You have?
1975 before.
Okay. But I was looking at the subliners too, and honestly, okay, there was one or two people that I was like, oh, it'd be nice to go listen to them. But I guess I can't really say anything because admittedly, I feel like the last 2 or 3 years, just like my, I don't know, music taste has not, I haven't really, how do I say this? Like, I wouldn't say like I haven't listened to music in the last 2 or 3 years. Like, obviously I've listened to music in the last 2 or 3 years, but I haven't gotten into like a phase where I'm like super into music. I don't know.
Oh, you mean like a genre?
Like a genre and like, I don't know how to say it, but it's just like, I don't branch out. Pretty mainstream,
okay.
right? So,
I mean, I'm a little bit of that, I think.
yeah.
I stick to a lot of like mainstream artists, but I mean, they're mainstream for a reason, right?
Right,
Because
exactly.
they are producing really good music.
There was one band on the subliner list, the Backseat Lovers.
I don't know who those are.
They sing that one song. It's called Kilby Girl. I've
Oh,
played
yes,
it a couple times.
Yes, I know. Yep, I know then.
And I think they've actually been to Lollapalooza before, because when I first saw that music video for that one song, I was like, dang, this is like, I need to see this live because it sounds really good live. And I think that camera just went out too. Or at least the memory did. It must have ran out of memory.
Oh, no.
As we got technical difficulties, we're running on our last leg here, the GoPro, so we might have to wrap this up here
Yeah, we
shortly.
might have to wrap it up. Maybe we could pick up talking
Part two?
about music. No, just talking about like music festivals in general.
In a different episode?
In a different episode and get more into depth.
Okay.
Because there's a lot, I feel like, to talk about.
Oh, yeah, we could do a whole hour just on music festivals. So I guess for an intro episode, I think this was good. You sort of got to see.
Yeah, we're having
hopefully
our
got to
cameras
see,
down.
who we are and what we do. And I think, we're just going to try and just keep this rolling.
Yeah, and see
Like
where it
topics
goes.
will just be random and relevant. It's not, we'll try to keep up to date with like
What's
new
going
stuff
on, yeah.
and relevant topics. Like, I don't know. What's one of the topics that you have on the list for this?
Festivals.
Music festivals,
'Cause we're going to one.
concerts, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Social media stuff, phone stuff, modern stuff, just stuff, you know what I mean, that people
Just a little
like
bit of
listening
everything.
to. Yeah. So why don't we wrap this up before our GoPro takes a dump?
Yeah.
This is going to be on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube,
Thank you for
watching on
listening.
YouTube, listening, subscribing.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on Spotify,
No,
amazing.
If you're listening. Oh,
if
yeah.
you're listening or watching on Spotify, I don't know. I haven't done Spotify. She has.
Yeah.
So if you're listening on there, shout out to you.
Yeah. We don't know what days we're going to be putting out episodes yet. That's something we have to figure out. But like as soon as we know,
Right.
we'll probably say something, right?
Right. Yeah. We'll try to have a regular scheduled program in the next few weeks here,
so like
but
one episode, right? A week or two.
maybe one,
Depends.
because she has her own thing and I have my own
True,
thing
that's
too. So
very
it's sort of like this is our little joint little project. So I think once a week is doable.
Sounds
So.
good.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up here, guys. Thank you for watching,
Yes,
and we'll see
thank
you
you.
on the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.